So he connected his chest to my leg. The thing we want to avoid on the shot would be a space between my chest and Costa's leg. So if I go double leg here and there's a space here, yeah, it's really easy for Costa to down block me or to sprawl. So if I shoot any sort of shot, whether it's a single leg, I need to have my chest connected to his leg, his hip, or his chest even. Like even here, if you think about this takedown works if I get chest to chest. There's a space here, now Costa's strong again. I can't get it inside. If I get here, he's weak again. Get your defenses up.
It's hard.
It's really hard. So any shot we take, we have to try to connect the chest to something. So we're going to start with a double leg where you can either lift up on the hands. I kind of prefer to go inside. And I want to run into the partner. I'm going to put my head somewhere in the middle, but I'm really going to exaggerate, try to push the chest into the leg. So I was watching like Iron Clad wrestling guy, and he was like big on this. It makes a lot of sense because I know like I'll shoot doubles here, and that's not bad as long as my back is straight. But I do see most people shooting doubles more like this, and there's this huge space, and they're bent over, and we get wrapped. Yeah, and we get guillotine. So just shot, work your shots, double legs preferably first. Clear the hands, step in, and just blast your chest forward. Like, don't lead so much with the head, chest first. There's a small difference, but I think it'll help our shots. All right, let's go. So I'm gonna try to make the chest, instead of like connecting somewhere in the middle, for this one I'm gonna go here, I'm gonna come here and connect to the thigh, but keep my back straight. High crotch, circling, turning. Then just run the pipe from there. Again, shooting. Stay in a big hole. Make sense?
Yes.
Trying to counter single, so I'm letting people scoop up the single, and in hopes that I can either shove off to the side and get the neck. Because now, look, this for me, definitely the best option, because it doesn't matter where he goes, his neck is connected to me now. So he can finish the takedown if he wants. Go ahead. I mean, like they're gonna die here, they're gonna get swept. Just bad things are gonna happen. So if I can wrap the neck, great. If I can't wrap the neck, then I'm gonna look for like sumigeshi. So he gets here. Sumigeshi is a Japanese word. It means like just sweep him over using the leg that he has trapped. So in the gi, I can grab the belt, and I can sit to my butt, I can pull him over. In no gi, I'm just gonna connect him to me, grab the lat, grab everything, and as he goes to hit the single leg, finish your single, just launch him. Keeping the connection, but like using this hook to propel him the way he started the energy going. So they're gonna get to the single, we're gonna try to push the head, and he's gonna push the head back. And when he does that, and he goes to finish his single, I'm gonna pull everything in tight and just launch him over. From here, it's just a matter of me switching my hips to get up on top. Make sense?
Can I see your hand placement one more time?
Sure. In no gi, you can experiment, because I'm not sure where the best place is, but for me, anything that just connects him to my body, his upper body, because if he starts to posture when I sit down, I'm gonna lose everything.
Could you grab that Kimura grip on the far end?
We're gonna do that next. The Kimura grip would be ideal, but if his head's on the inside, I can't. You know, Kimura grip's easy here, but if I have the head on the outside, this is, yeah, I'd rather wrap his neck, personally. All depends what we have access to, but in this case, he's doing a good job. He doesn't have space between the chest and the thigh, and we're counting on him doing the right thing. So control the lat, control the head into my body, and then wait for him to start finishing his single. And as he goes, just sit, launch him. Once we land, switch the hips and come up on top. Make sense? Okay, 1, 2. Getting to the Kimura on this arm would be ideal, but really I can't reach it unless his head goes to the outside. So there's the opportunity for that might be off like go to high crotch, for example, if he goes high crotch entry, here I might be able to latch onto the Kimura quicker before he brings his head back to the inside. But for me, Kimuras are great and everything, but I definitely, if his head's on the outside, it's just so much easier just to wrap the neck. Just kill him right there.
Yeah, and it doesn't feel very safe.
Not safe.
Because with Kimura, I feel like I could fight against it, get took your back, but with it tight.
Yeah. I'm just gonna have to tap. So if you can get to, or maybe like whatever reason, look, maybe posture up. No, start fixing your posture. Yeah, now he starts to like, now my Kimura doesn't feel, or my guillotine doesn't feel good anymore. Now I switch here. And the same motion. Sit to my butt. Whoa. Kill Costa.
Oh, he broke his neck.
You okay, Costa?
Yeah.
I realized Costa might not have been familiar with that move. It's on our blue belt test. It is, right?
From the back control.
Yeah, you got the Kimura. Same idea. You know what's about to happen to you now?
Not yet.
Here's your arm, okay?
Yeah, I just rubbing this mat. So.
All right, so again, push to the outside. I have the choke, but he postures up. He can walk to my back here. As he starts walking in the back, I let go of that choke and I grab my Kimura. I turn to him. I'm going to sit to my butt. Costa's going to be careful so he doesn't break his necky. As I sit to my butt, same Sumigeshi with the Kimura grip, and we turn here. Make sense? I know you guys know this one. All right, let's go. Thank you, Costa. All right, so we're landing in the T. Life is good, right? So we don't have to make this grip. I actually kind of prefer like this grip, especially if it's a really big, strong guy. This feels like if a big, strong guy turns the corner, I'm gonna hurt my wrist. It puts a lot of pressure. Whereas here, I don't really care. She can't really move. It's just pinned in very nicely. So the first option we're gonna do is I'm just gonna sprawl my wrist away, put weight on the shoulder, and finish it here. The easiest one, the shortest amount of movement. It's called a short side Kimura. Third, belly down. My weight goes onto the shoulder, and I'm pinning the wrist with this hand to the mat as I lift this shoulder up. Really small motion. I'm not like coming up here and then trying to like do this, which works, but this is just more efficient. Right? The key is if the more weight I can put on her shoulder, the easier this finish is. Right here, now there's a lot of good pressure on the shoulder, a lot of good pressure on the wrist. Finish comes on very small motion. If I start coming up, more work, right? More work is more easy to escape. So we want to make as much pressure here and here as we can, especially because she's going to be resisting. This pressure is hard to get. She's going to be moving, so I want to really try to get as best as I can, make my finish clean. So here, hips go out, weight shifts onto her shoulder, and I pin it down to the mat. I pin this wrist down to the mat, and I just lift as far as I try. Make sense? So let's go. So we did the short side Kimura. The most common reaction is as soon as you start landing, they go to sit up. And I can throw the knee inside here. From here, it's going to be a back take first, because that's kind of the easiest option. But I don't have a bottom hook. So the top hook is going to come in, and I'm going to pry her top leg and pull this way. And as we go this way, now I have the bottom hook, and I lock to the choke. I put my secondary hook in. So you always have to make sure, especially like at white belt, making sure that you don't try to stay on the back without the bottom hook if you don't have the choke fully locked in. Like I was rolling with Devin yesterday and I locked the choke in. I took my hooks out and I walked away from him just with a full locked in rear naked choke because he was like fighting the hooks while I had the choke. I'm like, the hooks are not a priority anymore. The hooks are useless. The hooks are there to get them the choke. Once you have the choke, you don't need the hooks. They're gonna die, right? So this reaction is the same sort of thing. It's like, well, I have the bottom knee, but that's not a hook. Now I use the top leg to throw this hook in, and I'm gonna use the bottom knee, this Kimura grip, and this hook all at one time to lever her up. Halfway through this motion, I'm gonna let go of the Kimura arm and lock to the choke. So, other side. So here, she sits up, I slide in. Catch, halfway through this lever, I switch, okay? It's the same principle that I've been trying to work with everybody on from the gift wrap, that when we take the back here, we don't just do this, right? When I take the back, I take the choke halfway through. I really want you guys to get good in transition at getting the choke while they're out of position, they're losing everything. The last thing they're thinking is defend the choke. You're gonna get way more finishes if you don't wait, and, keep going from there. So just one more time. We're here, look, partner has to try to sit up. My kimura should stop this. Hook goes in, boom. Use my elbow to push her face. Use my foot to peel her hook. Halfway through, put my hooks in, and I'm already on the choke. Make sense? All right, let's go. Yeah, finger off. So here, look, first step, that's gotta slide, the knee's gotta go in deep. And it's like all the pressure's on my arm. Go ahead again. It's an important slide. It's kind of weird, but it's important. Hook goes in as I start to peel, and I would really encourage you to elbow her in the face. Back into the left. Back into the left. Think JFK. You guys also that movie? The Oliver Stone JFK? Are you serious? Okay, you should watch it. It's good. About the JFK assassination, they're repeatedly showing how his head goes back into the left after he was shot. So I'll use that reference a lot in here. And it won't mean anything to you, and I'll be like, these guys. It's a good movie. Anyway, here, peeling. I'm gonna hide my hand behind the back here first. If I need to, so I just realized I might be choking. I'm already putting a little bit of a squeeze on, but I'm not trying to get the finish of the choke here. But she's gonna tap. So she's not gonna stand for this, right? If I leave my hand here and I try going straight here, I'm gonna create a big hand fight situation. If she takes the top, I can't have any of this. So to avoid this, as I'm falling, I'm gonna hide this hand right down here. Now for her, there's no more hand fighting, and I'm flexing. Yeah, she'll bring that hand up, look. Peel, this one goes behind the head. The last step is to put this hand into the bicep for the finish. Sorry, I really tried not to squeeze. You can't not squeeze though. Give her a second to get her blood back. I see your face is actually purple. So the hand fight's kind of important, and it's small details. These are all small details, but they're important. Inside, pry, elbow, wrist and hide. If you can grab this is gonna make life easier for you, obviously. From here, she wants to fight the hands, maybe I don't have that grip, I can use this to push. Then my hand's gonna go behind her head here. The final step is to put the hand to the bicep and get the finish. Make sense? A little bit different order than what most of you were doing it, but this is, again, harder to defend all the little things that are gonna cost you. All right, let's go. So the elbow is going down into the chest for this one, here. That little extra thing, I don't know what it does, but I'm not even on her carotids, just so we can demonstrate. But as soon as I go to the carotids here, and I come down, so my hand's not even near the back, but I'm actually gonna use her back to apply the squeeze here, right? So if you can, I want you guys to swing to the other side. I just want to see them walking. So here, gripping down, flex, and then I'm gonna drop my elbow into the chest here, just like so. Right, so that's what I want you guys to practice as your bottom player. So you're gonna do a couple, make sure you have the feel, and then you're gonna go here and their partner's gonna try to hand fight you. Defend your way out of this. Right, very easy way to get a finish. So, thank you. Here, boom. Important motion. Here. Catch. I'm gonna let go so she doesn't die. The first step would be to go palm to palm here. Short choke and pull it in tight. Right? First step. That's where I'm gonna start the finish. As I come in here, when I'm ready to switch, I just thread. Oh, she's got hair. Watch the hands. Right? So it's not like this because we're trying to avoid all that. It's one motion. I'm gonna pull the short choke in and slide it behind the head. And this helps so as she's hand fighting, can't. It's too tight, right? Next, again, I'm trying to let Iana live here. Ooh. I get here, take a big deep breath. I'm gonna use this hand, use my face. I'm gonna push. I'm gonna drive my elbow down, pushing, and then inhale. And get the squeeze with all the ingredients. So everything just stays connected the whole time, but you guys are gonna start this time with the short choke here. Look, you're gonna get the tap here. 90% of the time, that's all you need. Look, if you could do it here, this is just a little bit better, right? Pulling it forward. Trying to keep my chin, her chin, in line with my elbow. Then that little hand switch right here. Make sense?
I just have a question about your feet there.
Mm-hmm.
Is it better to be like that, or better have your hooks in?
Definitely like this.
Okay.
This, I scored 4 points.
Oh, right. Yeah.
But for me, I like here and I like here.
Like that, yeah.
I like to stomp because now if Iana tries to she tries to hip out, defend, I can start hooking up this hook. Now she's really stuck.
Right.
This is worse for her. So I really like this, which I find hard to do if I'm on the inside. But once I score my, and she does this kind of crap to me all the time. So instead, once I scored my 4 points, I'll just stomp on the hip, look here, and start playing from here. Just because I have this. This is nice because if she wants to turn and like face me, and I can stop her, turn back and face me. Like this stops her from being able to switch her hips, which is really good for me. If that comes out, she can turn, and everything starts falling apart. All right, so do like 2 good chokes each. Call it good. Call it good.